It's hard to read out loud, like I never do this. Hey guys, what's up? So today I'm back with a new video. This is, I guess, like, I don't know why I keep doing like these little like part series, but whatever, because I haven't finished one yet, but that's okay. We are back with another part of the I Wrote the Worst series. In my last video, I wrote the worst book, and we took a journey into reading that. Today, we're taking like a very different direction, and we're actually looking at the worst Teen Wolf fan fiction ever. I have it right here. It's up on Archive of Our Own, which is like, I don't know, because I'm like not in like the whole like fandom universe anymore, so I'm not sure if it's still like that relevant of a thing. Don't hate me if it is. I'm just like kind of close to it. But back in the day, I was really into Teen Wolf, which is like this TV show about like werewolves and like other supernatural beings, and they're like, it actually takes place in California, not in San Diego, but like up north in NorCal. I'm rambling, but basically the one really big ship that everyone had was Derek and Styles. So what I wrote was called A Step Too Soon, which this story is like the largest self-insert ever. I wrote this sophomore year of high school, so still very young, still very inexperienced. But just looking at the tags on here, like it's a lot. So we have like freshman Styles Stilinski, senior Derek Hale, Irish dance, which, okay, I did Irish dance in high school. I hate that this is like what this is about. This story is centered around, but you know, whatever. And then there's a lot of other stuff. And then I added in stuff that like I knew nothing about. So like bottom Styles, top Derek, and top Derek slash bottom Styles, first time bottoming. A lot of cringy tags are on here. I remember writing it and it kind of like, I know in like the world of like fan fiction, like this is not that big, but it felt really big to me. I got over 3,000 hits, which I guess is like people reading it. It got like quite a few kudos, which is like their version of likes, and then lots of comments. I don't know, on here it says I got up to 12 chapters, and then I remember I just gave up on it. Like, I think, so basically I would go to school, I would bring my laptop, and then I basically would just sit in like our little like lunch period and just write, because I had no friends, which is fine. So yeah, we're gonna take a look into it. The summary for this says, Styles, a shy, hard-working Irish dancer, moves to Beacon Hills, only to find that his new dance partner might make it hard to work, which I also don't remember much about this story. Like, I didn't remember much in the last one, but I do remember a little bit more. Like, I know they're gay, like, obviously, like, very self-insert. They do Irish dance, you know, there's, like, some dramatic moments. But yeah, I don't know too much about it. So yeah, let's get into it. A Step Too Soon, the worst Teen Wolf fan fiction. Chapter 1. Ever since he was little, Styles had dreamt of dance. He didn't want to be a football player, or a musician, or even be on the chess team. I hate that. Anyways, no, Styles wanted to be a dancer. More specifically, an Irish dancer. When Styles was in kindergarten, he had gone to an event for St. Patrick's Day at the Orange Community Center. At the end of one of the Irish dance shows, the troupe had asked if anyone would like to learn a step. Styles eagerly rushed to the stage and learned 2 little basic steps. He was so excited to have begun his dream. So much so, in fact, that the next day he signed up for the school talent show, declaring that he was a professional Irish dancer. Not wanting his son to embarrass himself in front of the entire kindergarten class, Sheriff Stilinski signed Styles up for the Orange County Irish Dance Squad, or the OSIDS. I hate that acronym. From then on, Styles has been dancing. That backstory is literally very much my life. I did the same thing. I learned 2 steps at like a little like community event, and then I signed up for the talent show, and then that's why I signed up for Irish dance, and then I did it for like 12 and a half years, which is insane. So yeah, that's like, I guess, a little prologue in the chapter. Beep, 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 beep. I hate myself. Styles moaned, rolling over to shove his alarm clock off the nightstand. Today was Styles' first day of freshman year. He was extremely nervous. His dad had been transferred from the Orange County Police Department to the Beacon Hills Police Department a week ago. Styles was very upset to be leaving behind all of his friends, but more importantly, his dance troupe. Promise me that they have an Irish dance squad in Beacon Hills, Styles had pleaded with his father. Yes, Styles, how many times do I have to tell you? I already signed you up for the Beacon Hills Irish dance troupe. Why are these small towns have Irish dance troupes? That's, like, since moving to California, I have not encountered any Irish dance things. Like, that's a very Chicago, Midwest thing, but whatever. Who cares? Research, right? Fanfiction. Styles rolled out of bed and got ready for the day. He contemplated what to wear, ultimately deciding on a white t-shirt and some red shorts. I just know that when I wrote, like, back in the day, like, I used that outfit a lot. I don't know why. As he walked downstairs, the smell of pancakes hit Styles. On the kitchen table was a giant Mickey Mouse pancake and a note. Hope your day is great, Dad. Styles rolled his eyes. Me too. He looked at the clock and realized he would be late for the bus. Styles burst out of the front door and ran the 2 blocks to his bus stop, barely making it before the bus pulled away. So he goes on the bus. Oh, and he meets Scott, who like is like the main, I guess like the other main character of the show. Yeah, so they become friends. They meet on the bus. They sit together. They learn they have classes together. It's a lot of like boring like conversation. So yeah, then they get to school and Styles is by himself. Styles was lost. The school was a never-ending maze. With his head buried in his schedule and map, Styles didn't realize that he was walking on the wrong side of the hallway until he ran into someone and found himself on the ground. OMG, I'm so sorry, Styles apologized. I wasn't looking where I was Styles stopped, looking up at the stranger who he had bumped into. Styles stared into the most beautiful eyes he had ever seen. The stranger was extremely muscular and had a jawline straighter than his dance floor. What does that even mean? Okay, metaphor. Cool. Oh no, it's okay, the stranger said, holding a hand out to Styles. He helped Styles stand up and handed Styles his things that had fallen on the ground. Are you new here? I've never seen you before. Yeah, well, like, yeah, I just moved here, and, Styles, I mean, there's a lot of ellipses in there, so he's nervous. Wow. So the guy is Derek, starting off strong in this story. Only chapter 1, we already have our 2 main love interests, or I guess like Styles and Derek are the main people. So he's like embarrassed about like that. He sits in like class. I don't know why I did this. He's in senior level calculus as a freshman, and it's like,
I almost failed senior level calculus, like when I was a senior. It's fine.
So, aside from Irish dancing, all Styles did back in Orange was watch math videos on YouTube, and oh, had he fallen in love. This part is not self-insert at all. I don't understand what I was thinking. Styles quickly rose above his classmates and had the highest GPA in his middle school. Only one seat. Oh, so we're gonna meet another character. Basically, he becomes partners with Lydia, who is, I don't remember much about the show. I just know like she's like kind of a bitchy person in the show, but like she's like chill and whatever. Like, I don't know. They become friends, and oh, she invites him to lunch. That's the end of chapter 1. Yeah, there's no comments on here, but oh wait, there are comments. I was thinking that like when I want to do this, because like you can write comments on here, so I wanted to see what people wrote. I like the premise. Yeah, that was it. Cool. I think more comments come as the story goes on, but yeah. Anyways, chapter 2. Styles nervously walked into the cafeteria. He had been invited. Oh, I guess like Scott invited him to lunch too. Brushed over that part. Oh well. Oh, and he had said yes to both. He decided that he would go to Lydia's because she had asked him before Scott. Styles, that doesn't make sense. Whatever. Styles searched around the cafeteria and spotted Lydia. She waved him over and patted a seat next to her. Styles sat down and started to unpack his lunch. So, what do you think of our school? Lydia asked. Well, everyone is so nice here, so that's a plus. Lydia laughed. Oh, sweetie, you're so innocent. Why is she talking down to him? They're the same age. Styles blushed. Suddenly, a muscular jock sat down on the other side of Lydia and made out with her without saying a word. Love, or like not original, but realistic stuff. Who's this shorty? The guy asked. Jackson, another character from the show. I'd like to introduce my new friend Styles. Styles meekly waved his hand. Babe, you know I don't like seeing you seeing other guys, Jackson said, frowning. Jackson, Styles is just a friend, Lydia said, pleading. Plus, she leaned in and whispered something to Jackson. Jackson smiled and was okay with the arrangement. Styles wondered what Lydia had said about him, but decided not to protest. I'm assuming she told him he was gay. I guess that's like a secret. I'm not sure. I honestly don't remember if I delve into that or not, but we'll find out. A little while later, Lydia turned to Styles. Are you free this weekend? Yeah, I think so. Why? You and I are going shopping. What? Where? Why? Lydia laughed. We're just going to the mall. It's time to get you a new look. New look? Styles asked, looking down at himself. What's wrong with how I look? Oh, sweetie, I just want to help you make an impression. Don't worry, we'll have lots of fun. Okay, if you say so. Great, I'll pick you up at 10. that's definitely a lot of dialogue. I feel like that's something that like you don't really do when you're writing. You don't add that much explicit dialogue. It's kind of easier just to like brush over things or like mention them on your own. But whatever. So she gives him his phone number. Oh, Scott confronts him, but like nicely and just kind of like, oh, why are you like, didn't go to lunch with me? But it's fine. So they're talking. So Scott says like, so you're one of those passive types, huh? I prefer the term selectively shy. And by selectively shy, do you mean shy to all? Styles was quiet. Dude, I'm just kidding. Scott wrapped his arm around Styles' neck. I can't even imagine what that would look like in a normal setting. So we're still friends? Did we ever stop? Good. That means I'll race you to the finish, Styles said, bolting away from Scott's grasp. Oh, I guess they're in gym class. I feel like I skip over... I don't know. I don't think this was written the best quality writing, but that's why it's the worst. So I guess they're running laps at gym, and they stop and laugh. Oh, the other big thing. He goes to dance class, his first time, and he performs in front of them just to like show them that he knows what he's doing. Oh, and then it ends with a cliffhanger. So Styles finishes up his dance, and then it's like, quote, "That's impressive." Styles bolted around, only to find himself face to face with Derek. Wow. A shocking ending. There's no comments on this one. That's okay. Chapter 3. Oh, the notes. Sorry, this is so short. It is just their first dance practice together. Oh, wow, this is really short. Okay. Styles stood there, frozen in his place. Derek. Wow, you're really good, Styles, Derek said, running his fingers through his hair. How long have you been dancing? Let me see. 10 years, Styles said, sounding unsure of himself. Well, you seem like a professional. Isn't there some saying that like when you do something for 10 years or like 10,000 hours or something that you're a professional? Like, whatever. Thank you, Styles said, blushing. Can I ask why you're here? Oh, this is my dance troupe too. I'm also an Irish dancer. What a small world. That's so cool. Yeah, I was told that I was getting a new protege. I guess that is you. That's a $5 word right there, protege. That's cool. Yeah, Derek said. I have an idea. Yeah? How about we see what you've got? Have you ever done fire dance? Stout stood there, frozen. Fire dance is a highly intensive and intimate duet reserved for only the best of the best. Oh my god, I hate this. Unless you don't know it, of course. Oh no, I do. Great, you take the flamenco part. I didn't know the terms for this is a real dance, okay?
I didn't know the terms for it. I just knew what it reminded me of, so that's kind of what I called it. We actually did this at my dance troupe. It's from Riverdance, which is like this big professional Irish dance show. Yeah.
Styles nervously walked to the center of the dance floor. As the music started up, Styles began what was as easy and familiar to him as breathing. Alliteration. This was the first time he had danced in Beacon Hills for an audience. But he just did. Whatever. He was determined to make it count, even if it was just for some other students standing around. The music seemed to carry Styles through, step by step, until he was lost in the beat. His carried him effortlessly. We love grammar. Derek joined him as the key changed. Styles started to blush, realizing how much more experienced Derek was than him. They continued to dance, carrying out the duet, linking hands and dancing the famous salsa chord. I don't know if that actually happens in the dance, but it's fine. Derek suddenly lifted Styles effortlessly into the air. That definitely does not happen in the dance. Styles wanted to look professional, kept a straight face, but loving the warm breath coming from Derek hitting his abs. Derek flipped Styles into his arms, and they ended, a hair away from a kiss. The room erupted into applause. Yeah, I'd be clapping too. Styles and Derek stayed in that pose, catching their breath. Derek grinned at Styles. Good work, Derek said, helping Styles up to his feet. And before Styles knew what had just happened, the dance was over faster than it had started. Chapter 4. So I guess we start a couple days later. It just jumps into it. No. Oh yes, Lydia said, handing Styles a pair of skinny jeans. It was Saturday, and true to her word, Lydia had picked up Styles at 7 a.m. so they could make it to San Francisco by 10 a.m. for their shopping extravaganza. I think in my mind when I wrote this, because like Beacon Hills isn't a real place, I've kind of pictured it like in the middle of like Sacramento and San Francisco. I don't remember if they go to Sacramento in this book, but I think they do. So, and if you want context for how any of this is possible, there it is. Are you sure? Styles asked. These look tight. In fact, they all do. Styles gestured to all the clothes in his arms. Yes, if you want to impress Derek, you have to show off yourself. Styles had told Lydia about his growing crush on Derek, And by told, it was more like Lydia had dragged the truth right out of him. What a nice friend. Hug, fine. Styles moped his way back to the dressing room, Lydia close behind. 17 outfits later, Lydia had picked out the perfect one. A pair of very tight, almost white skinny jeans, a white t-shirt, a gray half sweater, half jacket, very long thing, a pair of aviators, and a black scarf. I'm having a really hard time picturing what that is. Perfect, Lydia said, admiring her work. This is very uncomfortable, Styles complained. This, Lydia said, walking over to Styles and smacking his butt, is going to attract the attention of one Mr. Derek Hale. I hate this so much. What are you talking about? On a friend-to-friend basis, Styles, you are very hot. I hate this. Styles blushed. No, I'm not. Have you seen me? Oh yeah, it's just the clothes that you wear. Don't do you justice. Something like this, Lydia said, gesturing to his outfit, will make the cut. Oh, I'm sure it would in the real world. Styles shook his head. Lydia punched him in the arm. Styles said, I don't know. They kind of just like talk about that. They go more shopping. They get lunch. That's it. They just finish up their day. Cool. And then they go home. Yeah, I guess Lydia's a good friend now. Cool. Any comments? Oh yeah, shopping with Lydia. XD. I wonder how Derek will react. He can't wait for the next chapter. And I replied, thank you. Chapter 5. You can do this. You can do this. You can totally do this. Ugh, I'm gonna be sick, Styles thought to himself as he got off the bus on Monday. He was wearing the first outfit he had bought with Lydia. That's a loud outfit to wear to school. Scott had been very surprised, speechless even. He had said that Styles looked like he was out for murder. Styles had nervously laughed. As Styles neared the door, he took a deep breath. Remember, Lydia said, you've got to own it. Make him want you. Styles took a deep breath, put his shades on. I feel like in my high school you couldn't wear sunglasses. That's just an us thing. I don't know. But he walks into the school. Styles strutted down the hallway wearing his I'm a bitch and I don't care what you think face. People stopped talking and stared him down. A couple of catcalls were given and some people even took out their phones. Lydia sure knew her stuff. If we're going for realism, like, this is, like, failing. Like, 0 out of 100. Styles walked over by Derek's locker. Ooh, she confident. Damn. He was there. When Derek looked over at Styles, he smiled and gave Styles a wave to come over. Styles blushed and got really nervous all over again. As Styles walked over to Derek, he tripped over his own feet and fell face down on the floor. Maybe if I just lay here, he won't see me, Styles thought to himself. Oh my gosh. Trying to be a good little Christian kid. Gosh. Are you okay? Derek asked, rushing over to help Styles. Yeah, I'm fine, Styles said, collecting himself. Derek compliments him. They talk. Derek says he's gonna drive him to dance class and then they're gonna get dinner together. Oh, it ends on a fun note. Styles was so love-struck and unknowing of his surroundings that he didn't realize Derek pull out his phone and take a booty pic of Styles. I hate my past self so much for writing that. And we got a comment. Is it anything good? Oh, it's the same girl as before. Hey, maybe if I just lay here, he won't see me. Oh, Styles, haha, XD. Or whatever the viscose girls say. We're on to chapter 6. Basically, it's Lydia and him talk about what he's gonna wear to dance class. Scott and him talk. Oh, Scott invites him to his house. He reveals he has a crush on this girl named Allison, who's like the most important character in that whole show. Scott says that he's a gay ally. Oh, Styles comes out to Scott. None of this is like really important. It's all literally dialogue. Scott comes out to him. They say they're going to talk about their love lives. That's all that happens there. It's a very like filler chapter, just like get a bunch of stuff done in like as short time as possible. Chapter 7. Lydia basically forces him to wear these like sweatshorts that show off his ass, but they're uncomfortable. Whatever. So Derek picks him up. Lydia's texting him good stuff. I'll get to the reading, but like a lot of this is like a lot of filler dialogue that doesn't really do anything. Yeah, it's like a waste of time, which is fine. You know, it's fan fiction. We're living out our fantasies. Fan fiction. So they get into the place. Where is everyone? Styles asked. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention that Monday nights are for the varsity troop. Varsity? Yeah, you made varsity. Surprise! What? Styles was confused. How? I didn't even audition yet. The other day when we danced together, that was your audition. Derek looked down at his feet. I asked them to keep it unknown to you because I saw how nervous you were at school and I didn't want the nerves to impede your performance. Wait, I'm so confused. Like, so that just, like, that timeline doesn't make up. So, like, why would he be I don't know. Whatever. Styles looked over at Derek. You did that for me? Yeah, of course, Derek said, blushing. Aw, Dare. Why does he call him Dare? That was so sweet of you. Thank you. A thought came across Styles' mind, and before he could tell himself not to, he stood up on his tiptoes and kissed Derek on the cheek. Okay. That's that's like the fantasy of me
being able to have confidence and reach out and do confident things and like make the first move and stuff, which is so far from reality. Like, I cannot do that at all.
So props to you, Styles / self-insert Jacob. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. No, Styles, you're fine. Styles sighed to himself in relief. Okay, yeah, you would not be relieved right after that. Class went by. Are they the only ones in there? What? And Styles found himself challenged by the material they were learning, which was a pleasant change of pace from his old troop. After class, they hit the showers. Styles changed into another of his tight outfits from their shopping trip, silently cursing to Lydia. So then they get in the car because they're gonna go to dinner. Oh, but it's a surprise from Derek. That's that chapter. We got 4 comments. Is there anything good? Hi, I was wondering if you were an Irish dancer yourself. I've been dancing for about 5 years, so I kind of screamed when I saw the description. Haha. And I said, yes, I've been dancing for 9 years. I'm trying to incorporate some of the dances we do in my school. That's so cool. Love it. So we're on to chapter 8. Oh, so they're basically just driving. Styles is really nervous because I don't know why he'd be nervous after like being so confident and stuff, but now he's nervous and he's like, oh, where's he taking me? So he takes him to Sacramento, which, like I said earlier, like you had to understand the geography in my mind when writing this. So they go to a small Italian restaurant and they get food, and then there's a lot of filler dialogue. Oh, okay, yeah, we'll read some of it. Derek sighed and laughed. What? Why are you laughing? Oh, nothing. It's just that you are so cute when you are defensive. Styles blushed. You think I'm cute? Well, yeah, Derek was cut off by the waitress bringing them their food. They began to dig into their food without addressing that... Whatever. Derek insisted on paying. But this isn't a date, Derek, Styles had argued. But I invited you, Derek reasoned. Styles was about to argue, but was cut off by Derek handing the waitress the paid bill. Derek rose and Styles followed. Thank you, Styles said as they walked out into the brisk night. Anytime, Derek said. Can I ask you something? Sure. Why are you so insistent on being independent? That's such a layered question if you know my life. We're just gonna brush past that. Because we're still dealing with the problems of that, but that's fine. Styles was caught off guard. What do you mean? Well, in the time that I've known you, you have seemed to be focused on being grown up. You seem almost too mature for your age. I mean, I guess if he was a freshman, yeah. Styles sighed. It's just that ever since my mom died. This is in the book. This is not in my life. In the show. This is like true to the show. It's just that ever since my mom died, I've had to take a bigger role in the family. My dad has never exactly gotten over it. So he's been in a kind of depression for the past so many years. I just kind of want to give off the impression that I am able to hold my own together, you know? Derek was silent for a moment. Styles, you are great just the way you are. You don't have to give off an impression, especially in front of me. Enjoy being you, Derek sighed. I know I do. Ooh, spicy. They got to the car and were silent for the entire ride home. As Derek pulled into Styles' driveway, Styles turned to Derek. Thank you, and not just for the dinner. I mean, for the kindness you show me and liking me for me, and I really appreciate... Derek cut Styles off with a long kiss. Oh my god, they're in love. Ah. No comments on this one, which is weird because the other ones did, and I feel like it's a more spicy chapter, but, you know, it happens. So we're on to chapter 9, and the warning is... So in the notes at the beginning it says, this is my first time writing smut, so please leave critiques on how I can improve and what you liked. I'm not ready for this. Honestly, I don't remember what I wrote. I'm really scared to read this. Future employers that are looking at my resume right now, trying to research into what kind of person I am, please pause the video here and click the X. Everyone else, we'll get into it. I'm really nervous. Let's see what happens. Derek, Styles moaned softly. Derek continued to kiss Styles. Let's take this inside, Styles suggested. They made their way into the house, and as soon as the door shut, they were kissing again. They found their way upstairs and into Styles' room. Styles put his arms into Derek's shirt and took it off. Derek did the same to Styles. Styles paused for a second, and as he looked at Derek's well-defined features, Styles moaned a little. Okay, we're gonna pause here. I had never been with anyone, ever. And even to this day, I don't watch porn. So writing this, it was literally my imagination trying to paint a picture of what intimacy is based off of Tumblr posts that I had read. So get ready. I hope. Honestly, if I'm building this all up, because I haven't even read ahead, so this could be disappointing. Styles paused for a second. Yeah, okay. Do you want to do this? Derek asked. Wait. Styles is 15 and Derek is a senior in high school, so I'm assuming he's 18. This is hella illegal. We're just gonna move past that. It's fake. It's fiction. Yeah. Anyways, do you want to do this? Oh god. Derek asked. Hell yeah, Styles replied. Hell yeah. Derek carried Styles over to his bed. I don't have a condom or lube, Derek said. Babe, that just makes it better. No! Styles began to pull down his pants. Derek followed suit, and soon they were naked. This is an awkward question, but are you a top or a bottom? Styles asked. Top, Derek said. Oh, thank goodness. I love how they're getting dirty, and then Styles is still keeping a clean mouth. I mean, I've never had sex, but I've always imagined myself as a bottom. Well, Derek said, smirking. Oh, no. I can't read this. I honestly can't read this on the internet. Oh my god. They have sex to Irish dance music. Oh my god. What is wrong with this? Is honestly why I have psychological problems and why I'm forever single. It's because writing this stuff and then having that ingrained in your mind and then repressing it, that cannot be good for your psyche, at all. This is a lot to read. Yeah. Anyways, they fell asleep together after they did the dirty. To Irish dance music. Amazing. I love that I had no comprehension of the human body while writing this. Yeah. Chapter 10. Hopefully we don't have to do any more of that again. Well, there's only 2 more chapters, so we'll see. Styles opened his eyes at the sound of Derek's soft breathing. Styles smiled, then looked over at his clock. 7 a.m. Holy crap, Styles thought. We're gonna be late. Styles jumped out of bed, which woke up Derek. What's going on? Derek, we have to go to school now. Derek woke up and realized what was going on. Styles put on his last new outfit, and Derek just looked around, frantic. What is it? I don't have anything to wear. He can't wear his clothes because there's stains on them. I'm gonna tell you that it's pasta sauce stains from their dinner, but I think we really know what kind of stains they are. It's very X-rated. And it got X-rated real quick. So Styles gives him some clothes to borrow, and they get to class. I can't read that. I cannot read what is on the page right here. Honestly, I will link this in the description if you want to read it yourself. You can. But what the comment that Lydia makes to Styles cannot be said on the internet. Anyways, so after that, later in the day, Scott and Styles meet up, and basically Scott's like, oh, are we still on for tonight? Styles is like, oh, I forgot about that, and then they agree to meet up, and oh, they miss each other. Chapter 11. Oh, so we have a little author's note at the beginning. Hey, so sorry I haven't posted in forever. I'm going to try to continue the story, but please bear with me as color guard camp continues and school looms just around the corner. I'm gonna leave you with a cliffhanger on this one, so get ready, but be prepared for some yas homo. Cool. Styles relayed the whole story to Lydia during lunch. She was laughing so hard she started to cry. You two are such dorks, Lydia managed to say between laughs. I always imagined myself as a... Oh, she's quoting Styles. I always imagine myself as a bottom. Shut up, Styles said, trying to sound offensive but smiling because he had had sex with Derek Hale and that's all that mattered. Okay, Lydia breathed. Well, I'm so excited that you two are a thing now. Styles looked off into the distance and smiled. Yeah, me too. The rest of the day went by fast, and before he knew it, Styles was on the bus with Scott. Scott babbled on about his day and how he was so excited to try out for the lacrosse team, and how Styles should totally try out. That's also in the show. Since we're still trying to keep some semblance of the show. Please, Scott begged. It would be so much fun. Scott, I'm a dancer. I don't do things that involve balls. Well, not the kind of balls Scott was talking about. Oh no! Come on, Scott moaned. Oh, I hate this. He made a puppy dog face, and Styles tried to fight back the feelings that formed toward his friend because he suddenly looked really cute. What is happening? What? Stop trying to make a love triangle happen. No, Scott, I don't want to. Scott poked him in the ribs. A listening yelp from Styles. He did it again. Hey, Styles exclaimed, stop that. I think we're trying to set up a love triangle. Not until you agree to try out with me. So basically he tickles him till Styles agrees to do it. Cool. So they go to Scott's house, play Call of Duty, which that's not a thing I played in high school. Or now. That's not a game I play. So I think I just picked like the most like manly sounding game and like picked that. Okay, so basically Scott tells Styles that he has a crush on someone, but he won't reveal who it is. And then they have a little moment together, and then Styles is like, okay, I'll drop it. And then it says, Scott looked down at Styles, and he did something unexpected by Styles. Scott leaned down and kissed him. We really pushed that love triangle out of nowhere. Cool. Oh, there's 4 comments. Oh, I thought maybe Isaac, but him kissing Styles, big surprise to me. Oh my goodness. I don't know who Isaac is, but I think that's a character in the show. I was so happy to see this update. I love the story and was slightly worried that you wouldn't continue it, but I'm happy to see I was wrong. And then another comment. Oh, plot twist. I must say I'm not disappointed because I do love some good old Skiles, which is like the ship name for Scott and Styles. So happy to see this story updated. Little did I know there's one more chapter left, so oops. Chapter 12. Hey y'all, sorry, this is so short. Just to let you know, this isn't the end of the fic, even though it may seem like it is. Spoiler alert, I stopped here. Yeah, sorry to spoil it, but hey, it seems like an ending. The author, Jacob, says that it sounds like an ending, so even though it wasn't supposed to be end here, it can, and that's okay. Let's get into it. Styles pulled away, a shocked look on his face. Styles, I've had a crush on you from day one. I just made up that lie about Allison. You are so adorable, and I love you. That was fast. Styles was silent. Tears formed in both of the boys' eyes. I have to go. Styles got up and made his way to the door. Styles, wait, Scott called out, but Styles had already slammed the door and was sprinting away. Styles ran, but he didn't know this area of town. Tears streamed down his face. He was confused and lost. Styles rounded the corners until he heard a honk and he looked over. Derek beckoned for Styles to come to his car. Oh, convenient. Styles got into the car. Styles, what happened? Derek asked, not having realized that Styles had been crying. Styles took a minute to compose himself. Scott likes me, Styles exclaimed. He kept crying. He kissed me, and then proclaimed that he had a crush on me, and I don't even know what to do. Derek put his hand on the boy's shoulder. It's okay, Derek soothed. I don't want to lose my friend, Styles sniffled. So you don't like him? Derek asked. Styles laughed a little. Derek, I love you. That's also kind of abrupt. Derek blushed. Oh, well, I wasn't completely sure, And anyways, Derek cupped Styles' face in his hands and made their eyes meet. I love you too. Oh, because that's how the real world works. Styles couldn't keep a smile off his face. After a long bit of silently staring into each other's eyes, Styles perked up. Does this mean we are boyfriends? Styles asked timidly. Derek laughed and pulled the boy in for a kiss. Always. And that's where it ends. Okay, so I can see why I would have written, that can be the ending. But it's so abrupt and there's, so much unresolved. So yeah, that was a step too soon. My awful Teen Wolf fan fiction. Looking on there were a couple other fan fictions that I wrote, but I know they weren't, they were more one takes. It wasn't, something I wrote over an extended period of time that had chapters and stuff. So yeah, that was a lot. I'm kind of traumatized now and kind of it brought up some trauma from the past reading that, but you know what? That's okay. We experienced this awful Teen Wolf fan fiction together. Now we can tuck that away forever to never see the light of day again. Thank you so much for watching and going on this journey with me. If you liked this, please give it a thumbs up. I know my other video, like reading a worse thing, did not do that well, but that's okay because I had a lot of fun doing it. And I had a lot of fun doing this one. So even if this gets like no views, it was a lot of fun. I have one more idea in mind for like a worst of series, and then we'll probably can that because that's about all that I've written that is like noteworthy to like laugh about. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye!